Hey guys, welcome back. Um, I know I was supposed to have posted a video sooner. I'm sorry that I haven't. Um, I really am. I've wanted to post one. Like, I think about it every single day. But life kind of got in the way. Depression got in the way. More so depression. And I want to talk about that a little bit today. I want to talk about more of the aftermath after Kyle's death. And I'll just go ahead and jump right into it. So, he passed away October the 26th, 2016. So, this month will make, or next month will make 3 years. It's been a very long and very hard 3 years. This is the hardest time I've ever been in my life. It's been really, really hard. And I don't want any sympathy or anything. I'm not trying to make excuses. I will own up to the mistakes that I made that I know are my fault. But I'm just saying, like, it affected me in so many ways. The main way is my daughter. She was so little at the time, and like I had said before, sorry, swiping that off. He had been in the county jail that was just the next county over from us for the first little while. I want to say like a year, maybe a year. I'm sorry, it's been a long. I blocked a lot out too, honestly, and it's been so long. But anyways, I took my daughter to see him. I know some people may not agree with that. Taking a young child to a jail to visit their parent. But I did. If I had it to do over, I probably still would have. Just because they needed, they needed that time. What little bit it was, 30-minute visits twice a week. But, I wanted to be able to still take her and let him see how she was doing, how she was growing, how she was learning all these new words, all of that stuff. And I'll be honest, like when Kyle was incarcerated, he I don't know if I've already said this or not, but he was still kind of financially supporting me and my daughter. He had bought me a couple of vehicles. I sold them. And I mean, he did do, his dad, who has passed away now, he passed like a year, I don't even know if it's been a year yet, but almost a year ago. But his dad would bring, after Kyle was sent to Fulton County, and we could no longer go to the county next to us to see him, Kyle's dad would stop and bring my little girl like $200 every month or something like that. So, they still help. But as soon as Kyle passed away, his dad and brothers, or his dad, went and took Kyle's name out of the will. And anything that had Kyle's name, they just took Kyle's name off of everything. Except for one car. There was one car that they did not take. I guess they didn't realize. My lawyers tell me, oh, that's like little things, like, like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about going to get that car. You can, you have the right, so all you have to do is call, like, the state police probably just go with you, and a tow truck. But I ended up not doing it. I took my lawyer's advice. I kind of regret that now, because this lawsuit has taken almost 3 years now, because, I mean, as soon as it happened, obviously we got lawyers, and his family, they hate me for that. They hate me. I don't know. I mean, it's like they think like that I don't know, but they, when Kyle's dad passed away, like I said, about a year ago, they got his life insurance, and Kyle's should have been there, and it would have went to my daughter, which would have been amazing. And she fucking, I'm sorry for swearing, but she fucking deserved it, you know? But no, like I said, he had taken Kyle out of the will because he knew that I would end up receiving the money after we went to court and I got the power of attorney. So the other day they sent word, Kyle's brothers did, to me and my mom, that because my mom helps me with my kids a lot. That's a story all in itself if you guys want to hear about that. But they sent word to my mom that Presley, that's my daughter's name, that Presley had money waiting on her when she was 18 and got away from me. Like, are you serious? Like, what, when she turns 18, she's not just gonna go away from me when she turns 18. Like, I'm her mother. And I'm a good mother. Like, I try my best. I've made some really terrible choices after his death. Like, I really spiraled really bad for a while. And I feel like I did neglect Presley in the sense of, like, emotional. I wasn't able to give her all of me emotionally. I was so depressed. I was so drained. I wasn't able to do it. And I feel like I neglected her a lot in that sense. But when I found that out, this has just been a couple of days ago. It really, it really depressed me. I don't understand. It's not that I want them to like me, but I want them to have a relationship with my daughter. Sorry, this earbud keeps coming out. We've even, we've offered, through the lawsuit, I got every single phone call that Kyle had made. And that was with me, his brothers, both of them, his dad. And I offered to give them a copy of that because I thought that they would want to have a copy of that, like to hear their brother's voice, but maybe not. Maybe people are different. I mean, I would, I would want to hear that voice again, but I don't know. Some people's different. But they don't answer. They don't reply to my messages. They don't, like. It's a very complicated situation. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's a whole other story about that too. I'm sorry. I have so many stories that I could go into, but I don't want to make this video hours long and nobody. I'm sorry. But again, I was gonna say. So after he passed away, I was with the Bobby, the one I had talked about in my previous video. And after the funeral, like I don't remember if I said or not in the last video, about, I don't remember. I do not remember the funeral. I remember seeing his body on that table and uncovering him, and that's all I remember. I remember that, everything that happened in that room, but I cannot remember. I cannot find that memory in my brain. I have no idea. I go to counseling, and she has told me that I have blocked it out, more than likely. Sorry, the computer. I'm filming on my iPhone. I'm sorry if it's bad quality. I really am. My makeup's a mess. I have shitty makeup, but I just tried. I really wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. I really appreciate anyone that listens, and anyone that relates too. I got a message from someone, and I talked to them, but I was glad that somebody else felt like the ways that I did. Let me get back on track again. So, excuse me. So he passed away in October. By January, I had been Casey. My dad had gotten Casey's Law on me. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but a relative, it takes two people, one being a relative, the other one can be whoever, which happened to be my stepmother. Um, there's a very fucked up situation behind that. The fact that he got Casey's Law on me, you can probably get understand where I'm getting to with that. Like how I've mentioned in other videos that me and both my parents had the same drug of choice. Anyways, if you guys want a story time on that about my dad with the Casey's Law, let me know, because the judge court ordered me to a methadone clinic. Now, at a methadone clinic, you get up to 180 milligrams a day. Okay, on the street, I was doing 10, 20 milligrams a day, if I was lucky. So they got Casey's Law on me, and the judge ordered me to a methadone clinic. And honestly, I'm not blaming the judge, or anyone else, but that I was happy because I was an addict, and I knew that, okay, because in Casey's Law it states that whoever files a petition, if the insurance don't cover it, they have to cover whatever part of the insurance. Sorry, I put this down. But they have to cover whatever the insurance doesn't. But he didn't pay for it. I paid for it. I think it was $100 a week, and then they dropped it to $70 with my insurance. So, but I was paying $70 a week. The first day I was on $40. By the next week I was on $60, then $80. I think I stayed on $80. I don't remember going up to $100. I think I stayed on $80. But at this clinic, you could have you had a little bit of I'm gonna say credit, but you had to pay the $70 a week. If there was a week or two that you couldn't pay it, you wouldn't be discharged. You had so many weeks that you could go without paying, and then they would discharge you. And I knew that, so and I had no job at this time, no job. I'd been caught shoplifting. I had stolen makeup, hygiene products. I was just so, I don't know. I don't know what I was, and I went to jail, and when I got to jail, one of Kyle's girlfriends, the one that he was with for the longest, prior to me, came in the holding cell, and in our, I don't know if you've ever been in a holding cell, but it's small, and there was another girl in there too. So I was a little worried because we had argued. I had said some hurtful things, and she did as well. But she had told me before the jail, when we got into the argument, that she had been that Kyle had come and got her and bring her to my home. And I didn't believe her. Well, I believed Kyle. He said, no, I didn't. That never happened. I talked to her, that was it, but I didn't go get her or nothing. And when we got to the jail, when I went to jail for shoplifting, this has been years ago, 4 years ago, probably, but maybe 3. But she told me that, she had been to my house, and she described it like she had been there. She had been there, and I mean, it was just hurtful because it was like, what? I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to speak badly of him, at all. No, not at all. I just want to kind of give you guys the whole picture, not just what, a lot of times you see what you think is a happy family, a happy life, and that sometimes it just isn't true, it's just a facade that people put on. I was an 18-year-old at the time when we got together and bought that house. I was proud that he had bought this house with his money he earned. And, you know, but I was grateful because I didn't have a lot growing up. So I put up with a lot, as bad as it sounds, because I didn't have my mom or dad growing up. Until now, I have my mom, but I didn't have my mom or dad growing up. I lived with my grandmother, and so I never had a family at all, and we didn't have a lot of money. So all of a sudden, you know, and then I had lost my daughter Haley, um, a couple years prior, a couple years prior to me having Presley. So I was just on cloud nine. Like, I had my daughter, I had my little girl that I wanted, that I prayed for so hard. Sorry, emotional. Um, and I had, you know, I had my own home. I had my own home that I got to, you know, I got to design, like, you know, pick out everything that went in her room, everything that went in mine, I thought was mine. Just all of that, you know, and I really, I appreciated it. But, and I even told him, you know, like, if you want, you know, be an open relationship, we can, you know, but just, I don't want to be lied to, but no, it was more so he wanted to be able to be in an open relationship, but not me. Like, I mean, he wanted to be able to do that, but not let me do that. But anyways, um, so but he did take care of me and Presley even after, like, no matter what, he always did take care of us. So like I said, after he passed away and all that, my dad, he passed away in October. In January, I think it was, yes, my dad had me Casey Love to a methadone clinic. And it just, like I said, it got worse from there. So I was taking my money, and I don't know how I got off track there. I'm so sorry. But the money, the $70 that I was supposed to pay every week, the family was helping me pay for it. Bobby was paying for it a lot. And I would take the money and I would go in the clinic and dose and walk right back out, and I'd have the money that he had given me to pay for that, for the clinic. And I would wait till we got back to our county and I would buy Xanax. This is what I would buy. You know, I just want to be honest. Like, I've held this stuff in for so long. I'm so sick of just thinking about it all the time, and not being able to talk about it or tell anybody. Like, this is, like, really, like, what happens. Like, in my town, it's a really small town, and a lot of people put on these big facades, and I know, well, I'm not saying that, like, that there isn't families that are not, you know, nobody's perfect, but there isn't, I'm not saying there isn't families that aren't, like, happy and healthy and all of that. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people, sorry, excuse me, that I know, um, that are going through a hard time, but they can't, they can't talk about it. It's just not, I don't know, it's like it's not accepted. And especially around here, it's just, I've had a lot of problems in this town. That's why it's been so hard for me to find work. I've been unemployed for a while now, which is humiliating to say. I mean, it's like degrading, but I've been unemployed for a while, and it's because I got myself in a situation right after Kyle passed away, like literally weeks, with, let me see how to word this because I'm not going to be sued, with a public official, and he caused me a lot of problems, and he told me I would never work again in this town. And that's been, November, well, actually December, I make about 2 years, and I haven't. I have applied for every single place, every establishment in this county, and I cannot get hired. I recently went to, a county over just a little bit, and applied for a factory job. It's like a factory job there. And so far so good. You know, I told her that I had shoplifting on my background. Um, and I told her she could see that it was hygiene products. Not that, I mean, honestly, to her, I mean, I was in a job interview, so I did want her to, like, you know, be like, oh God, like, you know, she does need a job. Like, I don't know, but that's shitty as hell. But I'm just telling the truth. But it was hygiene products, and that was the truth. But so I had to go take a drug screen and all of that this past week. That's why I hadn't been able to film or anything. Well, I still could have filmed probably. I was just depressed because I didn't know if I would get the job because I was afraid of my background check coming back bad. My drug screen, I know, was clean. And I'd called to check up on that, and everything was okay. We're just waiting on the background check to come back. And she said, where I was honest, that pretty much had the job. But I've been literally hired and fired. Like, I was hired at a grocery store. IGA is the name of it in this town a few months ago. I was supposed to start like on a Tuesday. I called Monday to see what I needed to wear, like because she never told me. And she said, well, actually, I found another person that's a little bit more experienced. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I've worked at grocery stores. I've worked at so many fast foods. Like, customer service and retail is like, that's all I've worked, mostly. I did get my phlebotomy license, but I didn't renew them. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent, like, just saying everything in the world, but, I'm just trying to, so like I said, October will be 3 years, and I'm just now starting to kind of come out of my depression, because I'm starting to, you know, like, I want to film, I want to do YouTube so bad. I mean, I love just talking to you, or, you know, I just like talking and telling people, like, my experiences and, like, what really, like real shit that happens. I feel like a lot of people kind of want to hide that. And honestly, I mean, I would love to, but I can't. I just can't. And, like after my dad had me Casey Law or whatever, I went to the methadone clinic. It destroyed, like, it literally, it ate my teeth up. Like, they were horrible at the top, but like, it were fine except in the back. You can't see, but they're bad in the back. But the bottom, I literally am I could never, like, look at the camera again. They're bad. They're really, really bad. And I actually had an appointment about a week ago, to go and have a mold made, to have a partial put in or something. The cheapest thing was $500. So you can pay half down, and then the rest of it you can pay in three increments, in 3 payments. So I was gonna try to do that. I just wasn't able to round up the money. My sister just got a new car that my dad, I know, helped her with, but he couldn't help me with, you know, $100 to go in half. But anyways, that's, like I said, a whole other story with my dad. Like, that's a very deep and very, it would blow, I really feel like it would blow people's minds, like the stories, or the story I have with the relationship between my dad and I, from the beginning until now. And even with his wife being involved now, like it. So, sure you catch my drift there. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. If you guys do not like it, please comment and tell me, and I won't smoke in any other videos ever again. I'm just kind of just nervous and, like, I don't know. But I'm trying to think. There's some more things I wanted to say. Like I told you guys, I have this big God, this crazy list that, like, of every, God, it goes on and on and on. It, like, literally, that is a, oh my gosh, you guys, that's a wrong list. I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. That was a to-do list and like a grocery shopping list. This is the list for the videos. Is it showing this backwards? I don't know. I guess we'll see after I try to upload it and rewatch it back. I don't really like watching it back. Yeah, I had on here talking about like my teeth and all of that. Like, just like I said, so many stories. So yeah, I try to go to AA meetings. I had tried to go to AA meetings, but the director of the AA meetings or whoever it was holding, I don't know what he's called, but he was given the like over the meeting, and I will say his name, but maybe not in this video. I don't know. But, you know, when you go to an AA meeting, like, for the first time, I guess, I'm not sure this is my first time, so I have no idea, they asked, like, he asked, like, our drug of choice, and, like, I was the only female there. I'm pretty sure. There may have been one other girl, but I don't remember another girl, but I'm just going to say maybe another girl. But he asked what the drug of choices were. Told him mine was methadone and Xanax. After the meeting, he asked if I needed a ride home, and I said yeah. And whenever on the way home, he's like, "Oh, I need to stop by my house really quick." And I want to get in the car with some strange person. Like, this was a person supposed to be a person of God. He was in church, like, you know, and doing these meetings, and he was this big recovering addict, and blah, blah, blah. I'd heard his name a little bit, but I didn't really know. But, you know, I knew he wasn't going to, like, kill me or something. So, well, anyways, so we stop at his house. He gets in the vehicle, and he hands me 2 wafers and, like 6 bars. 2 wafers is 10 milligram methadone. So each wafer is 40 milligrams. It's like a wafer. And he literally handed those to me and took me home. I didn't know what to say. It was weird. And obviously I was an addict, so, like, I was like, heck yeah. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I was so disappointed because I could not believe that the fucking AA meetings are corrupt. Like, there's so many things. Like, there are counselors that I know that buy and trade on medicine, and it really starts to mess with your mind. Like, is there hope? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. So I'm still recovering. I'm still a recovering addict. I've been, let's see, I got I think January makes 2 years. I will make sure of that. And next time I'll let you guys know the exact date. Now, I have had relapses a lot in the 2-year span, but I just say it's been 2 years because it has been 2 years that I've been trying, and I've never ever went that long trying, but and I do want to say also, like, I had told you guys, like, when I was 13, I'd been prescribed the Xanax. By the time I met Kyle, I wasn't on them. Like, I would, like, drink a little bit and go to parties and stuff. Like, I was 17, so, and I would, like, every now and then take them, but but when I got with him, like, I didn't do anything after that. He didn't either. He had been, like, 5 years clean, so, and then I got pregnant, like, really quick, so, and yeah, but, So I don't know, it's been 29 minutes. I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys, but I just wanted to let you in a little bit more, and just be honest that I'm not doing the best. I'm trying, I guess. I'm trying my best, I guess. Um, my little girl, like, I feel like sometimes let's see how to word this. Sorry. I I try to like make up for her dad, what happened to her dad. I let her away with a lot of things. And don't get me wrong, she is a great kid. She's very smart. She's like her dad a lot. Like money wise. She's 6 years old, but she knows about money. And she hides money and saves it up, and she really is intelligent. She really is. She's very kind. She's so kind. But just tonight, after I got her out of the bathtub, I was brushing her hair and putting that it's a 10 in it because her hair is like really frizzy and dry, kind of. But she said, "Mommy, why did Daddy have to die?" And she says that a lot. Not like a lot, like every day, but it's been, it's been a while, but she still, mentions it, which, I mean, I understand, like, I'm not saying that she shouldn't, but, um, like I said, too, I don't remember if I told you guys or not, but, like on holidays and on, like, his birthday and stuff, we always let off a Chinese lantern and some balloons, to let her light them off, or, send them off. Sorry, I had to fix my leg. So we try to do little things like that, and she's got a humongous picture, and a card that was from her dad, and a picture of him and her in it, or me, him, and her in it, and then she's got another one of just him and her, and in her room, right above her head where she sleeps. So, but when he passed away, I was staying with my mom because I still had my home up where we bought it, but it was like 12 miles from town, and I got scared staying there with my little girl because of what he had went to jail for. I just got scared because I didn't know everything, and then when it came out, I was worried. That's a long story too, but. And his brothers, they literally, I went to get some of my stuff, and they took a chainsaw to my front door. They didn't cut the front door, but when I went to unlock my front door, my brother took me over there. It was like right at the edge of dark. I'm not sure, but my brother took me over there. We pulled in. I got my house key, went to open the door, unlocked it, and when I opened it, a chainsaw. They had it rigged up to where it started. Oh my, sorry about that. Me and my brother, it scared us so bad, but it made me so mad. I was like, no, I'm not leaving. And I reached in. It was dangerous. I shouldn't have done this. But I reached in it and cut it, and was able to. It dropped obviously, and it quit running once that string let loose. So. And I got in, and they had set up deer cameras. I don't know if you know what a deer camera is, but like it's like kind of like a motion camera, but so when you walk past it, it takes a picture, but it's kind of like it's in night vision. But they had set a deer camera up in the kitchen, which I don't know why I would go in the kitchen because anyways. But I went in the bedroom, and they had taken a lot of things. They had taken all of his clothes. I was getting some shirts for Presley to make her a pillow out of, and to make her something else out of, just to make her a few things out of to remember her dad by. They took it all of his stuff, which whatever. But we've tried since then to get them to just give us one shirt, and I told them, if you give me one shirt, I will give you the copy of the tapes. I even offered that without even getting the shirt, but I was just hoping that they would be kind enough to give the shirt, but no, they didn't. And they didn't want any of it. They wanted nothing to do with it. But it just, I don't know. And this lawsuit's taken a long time, and we've been in a hard spot for, well, I'll say I've been in a hard spot for a long time. My daughter has not. Thankfully, my mom and my grandmother and aunts who raised me help. I have no idea where I would be or what I would do without them, because they have stepped up and done, and they just stepped in when I couldn't. They stepped up when I couldn't. They were there when I couldn't be, like, emotionally, like I said. Even physically sometimes, like literally be there, but I mean, I'm always there. It's just so complicated. But I was saying about Presley, sometimes I feel like I maybe don't discipline her, which, see, I think I'm making excuses now. Like, she's such a good kid, she really is, but I feel like, and I also like buy her a lot. Like, I buy her a lot of things that she like I just bought her a hoverboard, and I had to buy her a charger for it because she tore it up. I bought her a Nintendo Switch, tablets. I just so many expensive things too, but and then little things, but all the time, like just all the time. And I don't know what I'm trying to overcompensate for. Well, I feel like it's either because I feel guilty for the neglect. I feel like I neglected her when this happened, or because her dad. Honestly, I feel like it's a mixture of both. Because she, like I said, she just asked about him tonight, and it broke my heart. I just felt so bad. Like, I don't know what to tell her. Like, when she says, "Why did Daddy have to die?" Like, that's a hard question to answer with your 6-year-old child. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys. I mean, I don't even know if I got anything out that I wanted to get out in this video. I just kind of got in here and rambled. And I'm not sure if you guys like these type of videos, or it's just a lot of talking and stuff. I just feel like at the beginning, like these are my first few videos, I would like to just straight off the bat tell you exactly who I am. There's no surprises. And like get to know you guys and tell you guys like my failures and hopefully my successes soon. But and a lot of my troubles, like with depression and drug abuse, I guess, yeah. But the depression is really like what I'm struggling with really hard right now. Mainly, like, my symptoms of depression is just not being motivated to do anything. Like, and I want to do them so bad, wanting to film, so bad. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, well, I don't know what happens, but I just am so depressed that I just feel like I can't get on camera. But thankfully, tonight, I watched some YouTube videos, and it's been a really good day. And I was like, I'm doing it. I don't care. Even if I don't feel like it, I'm going. And I came in here, and I was like, I'm putting my makeup on. I'm doing it. I tried not to say, no, I don't feel like it. Nothing. Like, not even have that thought so that I could sit down and do it. And, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm sorry if I just went back and forth and just all over the fucking place, but sorry. Like I said, if there's anything in the video I mentioned that you guys would like to hear any story, like a deeper part of, like, I don't know, a story on, like, that goes into more detail or more depth, just let me know and I'll gladly film it. Like I said, I'm trying to think of video ideas and I have a whole list there, but it's just, I don't know. I don't really know when's the right time to say anything. And I kind of touched on some of those in this video, like just, you know, mention them to see, like, if you guys would be interested. But yeah, and also, maybe, I don't know, my next video could be about Haley, my little girl who passed away. I can give you a brief, I think I did already, but, I was very, very young, and I'd been through some things already, like sexual abuse and stuff, but not that it has anything to do with it, but the guy that I was with, that's not who had done it, but we were together for 3 years, and I got pregnant, like I said, very young, and he was older than me a little bit, like, I mean, he was not, like, old, but he was older than me, but I went to premature labor. I had with my daughter too. I did with my daughter too. They think I had I can't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. God, it's so dumb. Something with my cervix. Like if I got pregnant again, they'd have to stitch them or give me shots so that I wouldn't go into labor. Sorry about that. My hair's a mess. If you just seen it. But I went to labor with her at 23 and a half weeks. And I went to the hospital in my town, which isn't the best. They have no baby doctor at all. They have no baby equipment. I think they have like one incubator, but that is it. Like they have no, they just have no one that could deliver a baby. But I was so young, and my mom had just had been back in my life for just a little while. And my mom always like played down problems, like I was in labor and I kept saying, Mom, like I'm hurting, like something's wrong, you know, and she's like, you're just freaking out, you know, you're just having a panic attack, and this was after, I'd been put on the Xanax. Obviously I just couldn't take Xanax while I was pregnant, so but she was like, you're having a panic attack, and I was like, I'm not, Mom, and hours went by. Finally got to the hospital. They made me wait in the waiting room for 2 hours, and finally I collapsed on the floor. My mom yelled, and they got me, and they started pushing me back on the chairs that they have in the emergency room, like in the actual ER part where they look at you and stuff. They started pushing me back, and they were like, you just got a kidney infection, you just have a UTI, just calm down, because I was in labor, so I was in pain, I was yelling, I was scared, I was so young, and they gave me a cup, and I tried to make it to the bathroom. I made it there, but when I got there, I felt something hanging out. And you're wondering, it might be TMI. But it was a sack of water that she was in. It was her, the sack of water she was in, but it was barely hanging. I came back out of that bathroom with my pants down, screaming. And when they seen that, I mean, they instantly called for a helicopter. They flew me out. And I had her, they flew me, it's about an hour and 45 minutes from my home. It took me on the helicopter 12 minutes to get there. And on the helicopter, my body, I wasn't even pushing. The nurse, or I don't know what she's really, the one that sits back at the back with you on the helicopter during that, she started crying with me because we thought I was going to have the baby on the helicopter, and I was like, she's coming, you know, she's coming. My body started pushing. I was not pushing. My body started pushing itself. And she's like, please don't have her, please don't. And I was like, I mean, how can I control it? Like, I understand she was in distress, but damn, like, I can't, it's my body, like, I can't control it. It's doing it on its own. But we made it there. They gave me a bunch of medicine that stopped it for just, literally, 2.5 hours. And my mom had made it there by then, my family did. And a nurse came in and was like, oh, let me check you. And she's like, push, let's see if you could push. And, and so I didn't even have my legs up and the sternums, nothing. I just, she had propped them. I mean, I'd bent them up. I pushed and she came straight out, and in the water, in the sack, but it busted. As soon as she came out, it busted, but she came out in that, and instantly they called for the doctors to come in and start working on her. But right before that, they came in to talk to me. My mom was in there. I don't know if my sister was not, but my mom was there. But the point is that they came in and they said, you are 23 and a half weeks pregnant. Your baby's coming now. She's going to come out and take one breath and die. Would you like for us to dispose of her here, or would you like to call a funeral home? And my mom, I just didn't know what to say. And honestly, at the time, I was so young that I was kind of being selfish. I was more worried about, I kept, crying and saying, am I going to die? Am I going to die? When I first got there in the helicopter, like how you see on the movies, they meet the helicopter outside and run in with them, and there's 20 doctors. I said, please don't do that. And that is exactly, there was 20 people waiting, and they ran me in like that. But yeah, when the doctor, whoever that was that came in and said that, my mom got very upset. It was bad, but I just can't believe that they say that to people, like that mothers that are getting ready to deliver their child, and especially it doesn't matter, young mother, it doesn't matter, but just I can't believe that they said that. It still blows my mind to this day. But she lived. She did not take one breath and die. She lived for 7 days, and ultimately I had to choose how she was gonna die, really. Or how soon, kind of. I can get more in depth about that. But yeah, and my dad was in prison at that time, of course. But it was a horrible experience. So, like I said, I lost Haley, and a few years later, I had Presley, and that it just changed my whole life. It just for the better, and she's always changed my life for the better, and I'm so grateful to God for her, and I'm just grateful that I feel like I am getting a second chance. This is taking a while. I don't know. I'm just grateful that I was able to get up and film this video and talk, and hopefully you guys like it. And like I said, if you're watching, you have anything that you want to ask me, please don't hesitate. I'm going to try, it should be up in the morning, so it is the 30th at 2:57 in the morning. Yeah, I cannot sleep at all, and my tooth has been killing me all day. It's so bad, but yeah, it's 2:57 a.m., so I should have this video up in the next few hours. It usually takes a little bit because I have to upload from my iPhone. I pray to God that these headphones did not make it sound like crappy or anything. So, but yeah, I guess that's all for this video. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'll try to upload a video again. I'll upload it again this week. I'm just trying to think of what day. Maybe Thursday. I'll try to do one Thursday and Friday, because those are 2 good days that I could do the videos. My kids will be, that I could do them. That's just 2 good days that I could do the videos. So, But yeah, I keep saying, you guys can comment, like I said, below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Um, I literally look every day to see how many I have. Um, I don't know, is that bad? I'm not sure. I just like to see like how many people are like, really interested in hearing what I have to say. It blows my mind that anyone does, honestly. I have very, if you can't tell, very low self-esteem. So it just blows my mind that people actually want to hear like anything that I have to say. It's like, man, it really does warm my heart, and it makes that sound so cheesy, but it just makes me happy that, that somebody cares to even listen and even watch. Like, it just makes me happy, and want to hear more. So, I guess I'll let you guys go, but, like I said, please subscribe, or if not, just watch. You could be a silent watcher, if you don't want to comment or anything either. But I will see you guys again, hopefully Thursday or Friday. Bye.